It rained that whole week, and the water was up, the creek was up real big, you know. And on that Friday night, we stayed up all night watching the creek, and afraid he won't get off his banks. And the guys come down earlier and said the dam was going to be all right, you know, it wasn't a problem. Some people that come from Three Forks stayed down to Laredo that night, but when they said it, they went back home. And some of those that went back home were lost in the flood, you know. Mm-hmm. And my wife was living in, and I was out in the front of the house talking to some of the neighbors. We were talking about the water. And Billy Aldridge come down the road and hollered. She come holler at me first to come back in the house and eat breakfast, you know. When I go up the steps, Billy Aldridge come down the road blowing his horn and said, "The dam's broke, the water's right behind me." It was about 5 to 8, and that's when the power went off. There's a substation up at Pardee, about a mile and a half above where I live. When I hit that substation, that's when I knocked the power. And I went in to my wife, and she said, "Jake, we got time to eat breakfast." I said, "Oh, hell, we better go." And I had my truck out front because the back road done washed out. And I went in and told her about that, and then I said, "We better go." The next door, Sam Short and his wife lived there. She was an invalid, lived in a trailer. When we got in my truck and backed up, I said, "I'm going to go and tell Sam, I had to get Callie out if we got time," you know. When I went to the door and knocked on and told Sam what we were doing, my wife went screaming and said, "There comes that water." And I said, "I'll be back here if I can." And we jumped in the truck, and we just started running water down the road about 3/4 mile, and went up what they call David Hollow where my parents lived, where it was safe, you know, from the water. Mm-hmm. But that trailer, it washed it off. It never did turn over. It just floated down on the water, top of the water. It lodged up against the post office down on Laredo. When the water went down, they waited out in there and got Sam and his wife out, Mr. Short, and Callie was her name. Took her over in the payroll office and had her on a cart over there. They'd come with the helicopter and took her to the main hospital. And she lived several years after that. And we went up on a part of my parents' house. So I felt like we're safe. I come back down as far as I was trusted to come with my truck, and I walked out the rest of the hollow. And around the mountain, there's a road back on the hill back there where he had all mine over, you know. And I walked around where my house was at, and that wasn't over 30 minutes till I left. And everything was completely gone. There wasn't nothing left there. It just level. All the houses were gone. Power poles, railroad track was twisted like pretzels. And I walked down there where I did live, and there was nothing. And my first cousin lived 3 houses below me. He worked back there. And went over that dam every day to work, and his sister went over and told him that they said the dam was going to break, and he said, "I've heard that, so I'm sick of it." He said, "I don't believe it." So I drive over it every day. I don't believe it," he said. So they went back to bed, and him and two of his children perished in that flood. His wife was in the water, but she got out about 5 miles down the road, somewhere or another. And David Adkins, he was killed, and his 2 children. And one of his children, one was never found. But a fellow rode with me named Harvey Pearson, rode with me to work. He lived up there, and he went up there quite a bit. And he told me, he said, "Uhle, if that dam ever breaks, it'll wipe everything out, and you're the man." And I said, "Harvey, couldn't be that much water as you wait. If it ever breaks, you'll stay." And he was right, you know. It didn't do as much damage down here, but all of them down Buffalo Creek, you know, even up to Kistler, just about a mile and a half up the road, it did a lot of damage up that way. So there's a lot of force behind it, and a lot of water. And about 125 people, wasn't it? Yeah. Lost their life in there. But we didn't get anything from the coal company. A lot of people sued him, but I didn't. I didn't lose none of my family. I just lost my home and furnishings, you know, and I didn't sue him or anything.